Is that the sign? Oh.
Best intro.
All right. All right. Welcome back. Welcome in. Yeah, found us once again. Shoot the gap. The Rabbit Hole Fantasy Football Focus Show. Here to help you to be gruntled with your fantasy football team and your fantasy football decisions. I am your humble host, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, and it is my honor, my pleasure to introduce Connor, the gut Marshall. Yeah, dude, how you doing, Connor?
I'm doing great, Brian.
You got me, dude. You got me.
I got you good, man. I bamboozled you.
Because I was like, the thing is that like you started off, you were holding up your fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why would somebody choose their middle finger to be the one that they put the ring on? You know, and that's what I was looking at. And then you're like, hey, man, it's time to go. I'm like, oh, that's the symbol. You know, so I was just like, yeah. And then because I went down that rabbit hole, then I started thinking about how mine, like the only one that does it is the middle finger, so it sticks out, you know? Know, so all that happened in that small little time.
I used my ring finger. That was illusion. That was stage magic.
Oh, I see. It was stage magic. Yeah, you got me. This is our 123rd show. It's September 23rd, so that's kind of cool. Like 123rd and the 23rd. I thought it was neat. Yeah, nice. In this hopeful year of our Lord, and we have a great show for you today. We're going to be going over some highs and low points of the Thursday night football, and then we'll be hitting the latest news. We'll also be helping you set your lineup for Week 3 games in a segment that we call Shoot or Cease Fire, and of course another round of Merry Early Christmas. All right, so we got a lot to get to. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's talk about last night's games. Connor, what was your thoughts from last game?
That game was way more exciting than it should have been.
Yeah. You know what the first thing I thought of? I mean, I was taking victory laps. Yeah. I was taking victory laps because if you watch the show and like Tuesday's show, and I gave my shooter ceasefire, the one thing I did talk about was the weather. All right, how the wind is a factor and everything like that. If you listen to any other fantasy football podcast, none of them was talking about the weather, and everybody was like surprised that the wind was so bad. I'm like, dude.
So what you're saying is you're campaigning a new nickname, and it's the Weatherman.
The Weatherman, said the Amigo.
You know that song from Groundhog Day?
Yeah. I was thinking more Dead Sarah. There's a song called Weatherman.
Whatever you want it to be. It's your. I don't choose the Top Gun life. The Top Gun life chose me. You know, just like whatever you choose.
No, you did. You're not even doing the Top Gun life because you don't have the specs on. That's what did it. That's what did it, man.
I don't mean to call your bluff, Brian, but
yeah, now you got the Top Gun life going.
Me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, all right. So, what's your thoughts on Jacoby Brissett, man? 21 completions, 220 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 rushes for 11 yards, 35 fantasy points in our league, man. Is that
in freedom?
Yeah, in freedom. Yeah, is that for real, or is it just the Steelers' defense that bad?
Well, I want to translate to people who don't understand our league. Good quarterbacks score like 60 to 80, so 30 is garbage. But he did decently in a standard league as a streamer. If you're down bad, he looked good. I mean, he didn't need to put up Josh Allen numbers because of Nick Chubb and because of Mitch Trubisky on the other end of the spectrum, really just making questionable decisions until the last play of the game. Yeah. I played against the Cleveland defense. I'm very unhappy about that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. They
throw only the Hail Mary, okay? This isn't fucking college football, okay?
This was their big before the last play of the game. Their big thing was 1 sack, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That was their big thing. Yeah. So yeah, and then of course they got a fumble recovery and touchdown. I don't think they got the points for forced fumble. I don't think that they got that. They only got the fumble recovery. So that if that makes you feel better, then there you go.
Well, I survived 2 extra points, I guess.
What's your thoughts about Njoku? You're Njoku manager. 10 targets, 9 receptions, 89 yards, a touchdown.
Well, yeah, I mean, I famously said, if you're not looking his way, you're an idiot on our shorts, and I know that got a lot of people's attentions, and I bet you feel like an idiot if you didn't start him right now. So,
Yeah, it only takes 21-mile-an-hour winds and a terrible defense for that to happen.
Yeah. Doesn't that mean it should be harder for him to catch it, though?
No, but there is a path. That means there is a path.
There's a path!
No, dude. It's only hard for the long ones, man.
That's
because
what she
the short
said.
passes. Yeah. Amari Cooper, 11 targets, 7 receptions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. He looks
good, man.
Yeah. Are you regretting passing on him?
Yes, and I'm regretting telling my friend Alec. Shout out to my boy Alec if you're watching. I regret telling him to sit him.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as he has him, because if he's playing like that, and then when Deshaun Watson, comes in, it could be good. Nick Chubb,
same with Njoku.
Yeah. I was listening to a live podcast because that's what I do. That's really the truth. That if I'm not listening to podcasts, then I'm reading about fantasy football. Then I'm reading about fantasy football. And if I'm not reading or listening, then I'm writing about fantasy football.
Or dreaming about fantasy football.
There's only the only times I don't is whenever I'm sleeping, of course. But you're right, I might dream about it from time to time, and then also when I'm writing for the radio show. That's the only times that I'm not really listening to fantasy football. But I was listening to a live podcast after the game last night, and these guys were crowning like David Njoku as like they're putting him up there like this is the breakout game. It's Travis Kelce. The list is now Andrews, Kelce, and then Njoku. And then everybody else. I don't know if I would go that far. Would you go that far, Cotter?
No, that's terrible journaling. To discredit Waller and then some of the other guys, it's just bad. It's just bad. Content. It's just misleading people because Njoku isn't proven, and I mean you have to. He could be good, but you can't just say it like that. Like the whole pathway is that he's going to be okay under Brissett. But when Watson comes back, Watson targets the tight ends, but he's a better quarterback than Brissett. So it's going to be more quality targets and probably higher volume of targets. So it's going to be that bump, that pay grade that makes Njoku, maybe he could be top 5 then. Yeah,
just, what was it, 9-10 more weeks, and then he's back.
Yeah. Against the Texans, of all people. You said Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb did great. 23 rushes, 113 yards, a touchdown. Yeah. Kareem Hunt, 12 rushes, 47 yards, 4 targets.
How does it feel? How does it feel having a wife who has Nick Chubb while you have Kareem Hunt? What's the power dynamic in that?
I'll talk about that real quick. It's fun. That is funny. I actually was. I didn't start Kareem Hunt, so I was rooting for. Yeah, I was rooting for Laurie. And so and I was yelling whenever they were on that goal line, and they gave it to Hunt, and he looked like he had an open shot, and he was running, and then he didn't not only got stopped, but they like picked him up and then put him down, and then if that wasn't obvious enough, the coach from Cleveland then the offensive coordinator, dials up for Kareem Hunt to go again. And so Kareem Hunt goes again, and again they hit him, pick him up, and put him down at the 2-yard line. And then he's like, you know what? I got this gigantic muscle of a man over here that can carry people for like at least 5 yards. How about I put him in? And, of course, they put Chubb in, and he gets the touch. I celebrate with my wife. I know that right now, Barack, the commish, he's in his league, he's going against his wife, Kelly. And he does nothing but cheer against her and wishes the worst for her.
But this is Houston, not Dallas. So but Brian,
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I see the competitiveness and maybe the fun of it. But my excitement for my wife to be into fantasy football trumps all.
I was gonna. If I had one, I would say the same.
I'm overjoyed that she loves Jamar Chase and she loves Nick Chubb. whenever we were designing her approach, that was the thing she said. I don't care what we do. Number 1, number 2's got to be Chase and Chubb, and then the rest will fill in the gap.
You got to chase the Chubb.
Yeah. Mr. Trubisky, dude, I think it's
more
time.
Like bitch Trubisky.
Dude, this is the time. You know, this is not a hot take. This is a very cold take. This is what I'm not the one to originate this. I'm just regurgitating this because it's a good idea that this should be the time that they change to Kyle to Pickett right now, Kenny Pickett. You know, because he did not look good. Mitch Trubisky did not look good on national television.
He could have won that game.
Yeah, he lost the game for him. And then also, it's going to be at home. Okay, the next game is at home, and they have that little bit of time because, you know, when they play on Monday, they get like a mini bye week. You know, so this is the time they should do it. I doubt that they will, mainly because like I think that after this game they have like some really hard defenses after that, but I still think they. Najee Harris, I mean, he had a decent game, 15 rushes, 56 yards, and a touchdown. I heard a stat that he has not gained more than 60 yards in the whole season yet, Connor. And this is, you know, like your first round draft pick. So, would you be like, you and I were talking before the show about how we're not worried about Derrick Henry. Are you worried about Najee Harris? Yeah. Okay. Would you trade him if you had him?
Yes. No. Okay. You wait for him to do better, and then you sell. You sell. Okay. You sell the peak.
Okay. It's too low right now. Gotcha. Yeah, he did lose that fumble. And Freiermuth, everybody was saying, like, you know, Pat Freiermuth's the one to go for. Dude, he only got 4 targets, and they were all in the last drive. Who cares about that? The Steelers defense. So that's all I got. That's all I got on the game, except for the Pickens cat. Yeah, that thing was awesome. That was
I'm glad that you. Man, I said it in real time, man. I was watching it. That shit was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was one of those things that was fun to watch. I'm almost positive that he's made catches like that before, like in practice or, you know, somewhere like off camera.
Yeah.
So we're seeing it for the first time because none of his teammates seemed surprised. If you noticed that, none of them did. They're like, yeah, that's just George Pickens being George Pickens.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing. Some guys are just like that because Odell was the same way. They said, like, oh, yeah, he does that all the time.
All right. Well, let's move on to some Merry Early Christmas. So, and you're queuing in some Christmas music, I'm assuming, hopefully, maybe? Yeah?
Yes.
If not, okay.
I am I'm definitely not typing it in right now. You know, the people listening, they can confirm. But the important thing is, even if I am, it's only like another 10 seconds, and then we're there.
Okay, all right, man. Well, if you fail one more time, then you got to buy one of those jingle things with the bells. And
I did it last week, and it was awesome. It was that.
No. I'm saying, like, you physically are going to have to sit there and do this the whole time while we're doing this. Like, all right, that'll be your punishment. All right, so this is where I found that it's best to give bad news in a good way. So in this segment, this is where I say Merry Early Christmas to a player's manager, and Connor will try to guess why. Okay, so this isn't one of those things where
I was perfect last week. I was 4 for 4.
Yeah. Well, I did kind of give you some easy.
You gave me some easy ones, but I'm not going to get that this week. They're going to be hard.
There'll be some curves. There'll be some curves. So yeah, so play along at home.
Okay.
Yeah, play it along at home. Also, here we go. Merry Early Christmas, Derrick Henry manager.
The other running back got injured.
Well, that's one of the reasons, but that's not the reason. Because that didn't really help him out last Monday, did it?
No, it didn't. You're right.
So. Nope.
Damn it, I really don't want to lose the first one. It's because one of their wide receivers got injured, right?
Nope. You got one more strike, brother. One more strike.
You're right. 3 strikes and you're out. Because the offensive tackle... Nah, it's not because of Taylor Newman, or whatever the offensive tackle that got injured was. It's not because of that, is it?
Is that an answer, dude? I don't know. You can't ask. If this isn't Jeopardy, you don't ask the answer in the form of a question.
I'm calling a friend. Phone a friend or give it. Say it.
About to call time on you. Call it.
Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I let you all down.
This is where you're gonna like get ready to hit your own self in your own gut. Tennessee Titans offensive line cornerstone Taylor Lewan injured his knee, and it was feared that he was lost for the season, but he hasn't been placed on the IR yet. But he's been ruled out for week 3. So why? Why is this gift for Henry? Let me explain. Well, with Lewan out, the Titans should stop running Henry up the middle and concentrate on getting him the ball in space by toss plays or throwing to him. If you saw in the game on Monday, they do that one play where he was set up in the slot. Dude, if they start doing this one simple thing, Henry will be unstoppable. How about that one?
I feel like I should still not have a wrong answer, but let's keep
going. No, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. They were going up the middle because they had this incredible offensive line. Now they don't have that. Now they need to avoid the offensive line, but you can't avoid their best weapon, which is Derrick Henry. So what do? Their most successful run play, other than the touchdown last game, was the toss play that they did in the third quarter before they pulled their starters. And dude, that's gotta stick out. You know, I've been reading a lot of stuff on the Titans, like Titan News website and everything. And dude, and they're just calling for this offensive coordinator's head. And so he's got to change things up. And dude, it's like right there. It's right there. Watch. Okay, you'll see. Okay. Yeah, you will. Yeah. All right, moving on. How about this? You know, this one's gonna be good. Merry early Christmas, Russell Wilson.
That is well, fuck. It's like Judy's injured, kind of, and
you get one answer now from this point on. We gotta move the segment along.
We gotta move it along. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. After being a do not practice for the week due to his injured ribs and shoulder area, Jerry Jeudy returned to practice on Friday, which gives him a chance to play on Sunday. But that's not it. Listen to this. The San Francisco 49ers have allowed opposing quarterbacks in the early going to complete 57.1% of their deep passes with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, and a 129.4 passer rating. Wilson is first in deep pass attempts, 4th in deep passing yards, and 14th in deep passer rating. Let's ride, everybody.
Let's ride.
Yeah, so you see what I'm talking about, right?
I'm riding with these curveballs. Let's keep it going.
All right. How about this one?
I hate this.
Not me. Merry early Christmas, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Tua Tagovailoa.
Because they're playing the Bills. And they're gonna score points, maybe. I don't agree that it's a Merry Early Christmas for them, because they're did someone on the Bills defense get injured? Is that it?
The injury report for week 3 has come out, and the Buffalo Bills will be without safety Micah Hyde, cornerback Dane Jackson, and defensive tackle Jordan Phillips. Hyde was second team All-Pro at safety last season. Phillips, the former Dolphin player, started one of Buffalo's first 2 games, and Jackson started the first 2 games for Buffalo after starting 6 games last season. Buffalo also is still without their top cornerback, Tre'Davious White. The Bills are expected to start 2 rookie cornerbacks, career alum and Christian Benford. And not only if Hyde is out, but Buffalo's other exceptional safety, 2021 first team All-Pro Jordan Poyer, is in question for Sunday because of a foot injury. How about that?
Nice. I'm going to try to trade for Buffalo because it sounds like they're going to do bad this week.
Dude, you saw what Miami did to a beat-up secondary of Baltimore. You know what I'm saying, dude? You see what I'm saying?
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, Merry Early Christmas, Zamir White.
That's God. Is he the rookie running back for the Bucks?
No.
That's another player with the last name White. Okay, I don't.
Yes,
I don't
that's
even,
right.
I don't even know who this player is.
What?
No.
What?
I don't remember who this player is right now.
Okay. Las Vegas running back Josh Jacobs
that's why
has missed Thursday and Friday's practice due to an illness, and next in line to take the carries is rookie Zamir White. Now it's true. Amir Abdullah is expected to take the passing downs, but the early downs will be Zamir White. The Raiders play the Titans next Sunday, and it was on all display to the whole nation how bad that defense looked against everything.
Correct.
So what do you think? So see, Zamir White is on the cusp of
he's a stream. He's a stream.
Yeah. So but again, it is a gift to his manager. All right. That was my last one. Okay, that was it.
Well,
that was very early Christmas.
That's perfect because the song ended on a very nice place. The listeners will be very pleased with that, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, and I got you this time. This time I got you.
You were mad because I was like, I'm 4 for 4, and you were like, not next week, you won't be.
Yeah, dude, that's what it is, man. Yeah, don't you get penisy on me. All right. All right, so let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on to some news. What do you think?
No news is good news. No news is good news. If you ain't got any news, if you ain't got any news.
All right.
That was a good drop. We heard the whole thing this time.
Excellent. We'll start with the 49ers. Start with the 49ers, dude. Tight end George Kittle is off the injury report and will make his 2022 season debut on Sunday versus the Denver. You starting him?
Yes.
Okay.
Hesitantly.
Yeah, I heard that was a lot of Y's in that. Yes.
But I am.
Okay. All right. Whenever I'm going to go ahead and kind of just run through this news thing. So if you have anything you want to say, just feel free to jump in. Like if you have any other extra analysis you want to add, just jump straight in. All right. Okay. So next one, Fournette is listed as questionable for Sunday's game against Green Bay. Scott Smith of the Buccaneers official site reported Fournette played through the same injury last week, taking 87% of Tampa Bay's offensive snaps, and likely will do the same this week after logging limited practice on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It is possible the Bucs do get back up, or Rashad White, the guy you were thinking about, more involved come Sunday, but it'd be a major surprise if Fournette is on the inactive list ahead of Sunday's game. Keenan Allen practicing. You know what? Let's do this, dude. Just to make sure that I'm not that you're not pausing for effect. Just tell me Selah after. Okay, if you have nothing to say.
No, I don't want to. I just want to. I am starting him. I'm not. Yeah, say Selah. Fournette's gonna play.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah. Keenan Allen practiced in limited fashion on Thursday and Friday, and he's trending towards playing on Sunday. Tight end Donald Parham is doing individual drills on the side and is considered day-to-day. If either Parham or Allen are able to play next week, there goes Gerald Everett's value. So
sad but true. But I'm not worried about Mike Williams.
No, you should never worry about Charlie, the guy that does the radio show with me. He actually sat Mike Williams. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, well, he didn't do good. I was like, dude, you never sit your studs. You just don't do it.
Charlie's learning. Does Charlie listen to the whole? Does Charlie listen? Charlie, shout out to you if you're listening, buddy. I have Mike Williams too, bro. Look, I have Mike Williams in both of my leagues. You just gotta, you gotta write that shit out, man. All right, you invested in it. You spent the draft capital on it. You gotta start him. Even if you want to trade him, you gotta start him because you gotta project to the league that you believe in him. So if you don't even start him, then you go around trading him, no one's gonna believe you. So any way you slice it, you gotta start him, man.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, except for don't cuss up my 13-year-old co-host.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, please don't do that. All right, thank you. Yeah. Let's just preserve his childhood as long as we.
He's probably heard it before.
Okay, and he said it to but.
I asked if he watched the show. It's like he heard everything we say.
but you haven't ever said it to him, and you were addressing exactly to him. So
you're right. I'm sorry, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Cool. All right. Justin Herbert said that he was feeling much better this week and was a limited practice participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday after doing some throwing on Thursday. The Chargers will list Herbert as questionable for Sunday's game versus the Jags, and Chase Daniels took first-team reps on Friday. Now, this one I am going to ask you. If you're a Herbert manager, Connor, what would you do? If they have a later game, later afternoon game on Sunday.
All the things I just said about Mike Williams, I would say about Herbert, and I would also add that Herbert has a great big heaping pair of balls, man. After seeing how he played last game, I ain't sitting him.
Let me ask you a question, okay? Okay, you remember? I mean, you were playing fantasy. We were playing fantasy together when Justin Herbert was drafted, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember his rookie year, and who was the starting quarterback for the Chargers the rookie year of Justin?
Wasn't it Rivers?
No.
It was fucking
two T's.
Tyrod Taylor.
All right, and okay, what happened to Tyrod Taylor week 1?
He got injured in his. No, he got. They were like.
No.
They were giving
You're right.
him a.
No.
It was his ribs.
Stop. Right. He got injured in his ribs week 1. Week 2. Now explain what happened to Tyrod Taylor.
That was when they did they gave him a shot or something, and it fucked him up, and then he couldn't play because of it.
They went to put the pain shot into his ribs, and they went too far, and they punctured his lung. Right. This is the Chargers. Do you see where I'm going here? Okay, with Herbert. Okay. You see what I'm saying, man? It's the same team, same injury, and you're like, oh, he's gonna be fine, he's gonna get the shot, but they have a history of going a little too far.
I'm not worried about that.
No, I wouldn't either. That happened
not to be an asshole, but the owner is gonna make sure that the physicians are more careful with Justin Herbert than they were with Tyrod Taylor.
That actually was the conspiracy that they might have,
That is more likely than them also injuring Herbert by doing the same thing. I mean, if you're the owner, you want blood if that happens, and it fucks up Herbert's ability to play.
Yeah, T.J. Hawkinson is listed as questionable for Sunday's game against Minnesota. But all suggestions are that he's going to play. Same thing with DeAndre Swift. He's listed as questionable, but he played through the same injury last week. And head coach Dan Campbell said Wednesday that Swift was much healthier than he had been at the same time the previous week. So looks like he's going to be fine. Coach, yeah, this is one that I'm really excited about. Coach Frank Wright, Indianapolis coach. Frank Wright said Friday that Pittman is ready to go, quote unquote, ready to go ahead of Sunday's game against the Chiefs. You hear that, dude? That's my breath I can finally take. Golly, I didn't like being without him. Even though I had Christian Kirk, I still liked having Michael Pittman, and the Colts need him. They're going to need him. I think he's going to have a big game. We'll talk about that soon. Out for the week of this week's games are wide receiver Sammy Watkins from a hamstring, Hunter Renfrow for a concussion, Chris Godwin for a hamstring, Christian Watson, or these are questionable. Christian Watson is because of his hamstring, he's questionable. Randall Cobb, he had an illness, he's questionable. David Bakhtiari he's questionable from a knee. Alan Lazard, though, good to go. Julio Jones, James Conner both are being listed as game time decisions, and also good to go. Christian McCaffrey, after being listed on the injury report due to tightness. Yeah, when you read that he was on injury report? What was your thought when you read that Christian McCaffrey is being added to the? What was your thought?
I didn't read any reports, but my boy Alec is playing McCaffrey, so I was actively rooting for McCaffrey to not play this week.
Okay, yeah. It basically, when I saw that, and I'll be honest with you, okay, is that I'm an older dude, all right, and this came out yesterday that he was on the injury report because he was still feeling tightness from Sunday's game, all right. If you're still feeling tightness on Thursday from a game you played on Sunday, dude, your body is barking at you, and it's week 2. So I don't know. I mean, I understand you're happy he's going to play. He even mocked it. Christian McCaffrey did. He said that if I went to the bathroom, that people would say I'm in the injury report because I stayed in the bathroom too long, or something to that effect, So, but I'm nervous. I'd try to trade Christian McCaffrey if I were you. Seriously, I'm telling you, I would try to trade him. I would trade him.
Because I'm gonna buy it when he gets injured for cheap, so I can get him when he comes back in week 12 and win an easy champ.
Yeah, when he plays up for those two series.
He's gonna come back. It's gonna be awesome, just like Dalvin Cook did. Keep going. Dalvin Cook got this one.
McCaffrey never. Okay, last one. Dallas tight end Dalton Schultz remained sidelined at Friday's practice. Schultz missed a second consecutive practice, though he managed to do some ball skill work on the side. The tight end will have one more opportunity to ramp up his practice activity Saturday, at which point a final decision on his availability for Monday's game against the Giants could become known. Listen to what I just said. His availability for Monday's game against the Giants. Dude, pivot. Go someplace else.
Look,
don't try to bank on.
Look, Schultz can, shrug off shit, but the point still remains, there's no Dak. So until that happens, you got to pivot.
Well, he might be back, in a couple of weeks.
Well, once Dak is back, then attack.
All right. Wow, listen to that rhyme. Okay, that was the last bit of news. So let's go ahead and get to the shooter ceasefire for the rest of the week. But before we do that, let's make sure and give some props to the supporters of the.
That's right.
High Volume Music Radio, the pride of Sunnyside, with shows like Rock and Roll Radio, Bring Back the A-Track, The Brown Sugar Express, and Blame It on the Boogie with Aunt Boogie. Log in now at highvolumeradio.com. And remember, if it ain't high volume, it ain't loud enough.
Now back to Shoot the Gap with your host, Brian, the Amigo Baldwin.
All right.
Okay, all right, welcome back. Okay, let's get into some shoot or ceasefire for week 3, or the rest of week 3, I should say, technically. Rest of week 3, but this is where the meat's happening. All right, Connor, why don't you get us started, bud?
This is exciting. This is a game. I'm probably going to watch this game with my buddy Angelo because he's from Chicago. This is going to be the Two Bros game because I'm from Houston. The Houston Texans, at a 1 loss and a 1 tie, 0 wins, are looking for their first one against the Chicago Bears at a 1-1. It's a 2.5 point Chicago favorite with a 39 over/under. Low scoring game by Vegas.
Yeah. Dude, I agree with you 100% that's going to be exciting. That's okay. Before we get into the analysis, I did not know that he was from Chicago. I was not aware.
Yeah,
I was not aware of that. So yeah, that's going to be neat for you to be. And is he a Bear fan or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably going to order us wings. It's going to probably be a whole thing.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's exciting to hear. Yeah. The last side on the weather. Check out on the weather though. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure and cover that. Noon game. 60. It's forecasted to be 67 degrees. 24% chance of rain. 18-mile-an-hour winds. So
I thought this was in Houston.
It's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago? I'm taking the under then. I was gonna take the over. I'm taking the Texans. I think Lovie Smith's gonna win his revenge game. I'm loving Lovie Smith right now. Make that onto a t-shirt. Loving Lovie Smith.
Okay. All right. Okay. So go ahead and take. Why don't you take the Texans?
Thanks, bro. Dameon Pierce, and Dameon Pierce. And you know what? Brandon Cooks. But I think I'm also going to be crazy, and I'm going to take the Texans defense in this one.
Yeah. What about the tight ends? Farrell Brown. He practiced in full, but
I think the Texans are going to kind of do a tight end platoon thing like they've done before. I don't think it seems like OJ Howard isn't really that guy.
Okay.
He didn't really do anything week 2, right?
Well, Brevin Jordan is already going to be out. Okay, so it's just basically going to be Farrell Brown and OJ Howard.
Nah, I'm not shooting on either of them because of the weather. I'm just sticking to the guys I know that I can trust, Pierce and Cooks. And
didn't we just see like the guy come out of nowhere on Monday night or Thursday night, Njoku, a tight end, do incredible with bad weather, or windy weather, I should say.
I'm not making that correlation yet. I have to watch the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You want to do the Bears?
Yeah, well, the Bears is not. I mean, just like you, it's not too hard. Justin Fields, Justin Fields is not something that I'm really too excited about. So, and I don't think anybody is. It like most of these players, all but one, are because he's already proved it. You got to wait to prove it in order to go ahead even and to start or even be on the roster. David Montgomery is basically the only one. I mean, he should be a solid running back too, but he might be able to finish as an RB1, considering that he has like the 12th highest rushing success rate. Okay, and the Bears' offensive line is only allowing Montgomery to see 1.4 yards before contact, but he still can have success against a run defense that's 19th in explosive run rate allowed. So he has the ability to have a solid floor. He will have a solid floor for running back 2, but he could explode to a running back 1. So I like David Montgomery. Of course, everybody else, dude, is not. They should not even be on your roster. Cole Kmet, no. I mean, I know that this is like everybody's like, oh, Cole Kmet, he's going to come out, or David Montgomery. I mean, no, dude. Or I'm excuse me, not David Montgomery. Daryl Mooney. I mean, no, I'm not going to do Daryl Mooney. Darnell Mooney. I'm not even pronouncing his name right. That's how
You're
bad.
Saying it wrong. You're changing. Yeah, but we should move on. We have another crappy game to talk about.
But to be honest with you, no. Let me clear it. I would not do Darnell Mooney.
Nice.
Or I would not do Daryl Mooney. But real quick, I want to ask you a question.
Darnell, his family, and the fans. Thank you.
Any must starts in this.
Dameon Pierce.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to ask you each game. Give me one must start. So you said Dameon Pierce. All right.
The Las Vegas Raiders and the Tennessee Titans are both hot shit at 0-2, and now they have a chance to win a game. The Vegas Raiders are 2-point favorites with a 45.5 over-under.
Yeah, it's going to be, this is in Tennessee. It's going to be 86 degrees, 24% chance of rain, and 13-mile-an-hour wind. So the weather really shouldn't be too much of a factor. I'll go ahead and I'll jump in with the obvious one. Let's go ahead and just talk about the easiest one, which is the Raiders. I'll leave the Titans for you, man, because they're kind of Houston. They're they like beer. It's kind of Houston. So Derek Carr. Like beer. Yeah, now we all saw the defense of the Titans, so let's make sure and keep that in mind.
I think we saw the lack of one.
Right. So I think that David Carr, it's going to be somebody that I wouldn't mind going to put in. So I would start David Carr over Tom Brady. Absolutely. The running backs, Josh Jacobs. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's seeing a lot of success in he's getting a lot of play. Okay, he's averaging 15.5 touches and 77 total yards a game. He's 10th in yards after contact per attempt and 4th in an elusive rating, dude. So with a 15 to 20 touch upside in a game that projects for a neutral and positive game script, he will be at RB2, but you're not gonna be too excited about it. Then let's go ahead and talk about. We don't even need to talk about Devonte Adams, of course. I mean, are you really having to make a decision on that?
No.
Hunter Renfrow, you already know he's out. So no worries on that. Darren Waller, dude, he remains a top 5 tight end. So you start him until he poops on you. The defense is the one that's the one that I'm like, no, I don't know, because it just even though that they have shown that they're pretty stout. But look what Arizona did last game. Okay, they just came back on them, and and they end up, and the Raiders just could not hold the lead. They had the lead, they lost it. The defense let it go. So I don't think I would go ahead and I don't think I would shoot on the defense. However, I would shoot on the kicker, Daniel Carlson. He's just a really good kicker.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of things that you agree with, probably I'll do the Titans. Derrick Henry.
Anybody else?
Not really. I mean, okay. I feel like someone's going to do good, but I don't really know who it is. I guess you could say Robert Woods, really, but I feel like the rookie could also do good. I feel like the Titans are due a win, and I feel like they're going to, Derrick Henry's going to be the way that they win that, because he's had hard matchups, and this is his first easy shot.
Yeah, well, it's the easiest one that he's had. Plus,
He's
this is
frustrated.
this is the animal in the corner game. Both of the teams are animals I mean, they really are. They're backed up. Okay, they need a win because there's a the percentages go down. Like pretty much, like no 0-3 team has ever made the playoffs. All right, now the only one that could do that is if the Titans lose. They could still make the playoffs if they're 0-3 because they're in the AFC South, and that's not very good. But no, the Raiders in the division that they're in, if they go 0-3, man, it's done. It's done. They're just playing for next year. You should just go ahead and sit everybody, try to get the best draft pick you can because you're not going to make the play.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Must start. Name one must start of the
Derrick Henry.
of the. Okay, all right. I figure you go direct. I like that. I figure you go Devonte Adams. Yeah, I like that. I like the frothiness of that. So good job.
Thank you, sir. I'm taking the Titans and I'm taking the over.
All right.
Speaking of games that I'm taking the Titan of the matchup and the over for, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Indianapolis Colts. One of these teams is really good and one of them doesn't have a win yet. It's going to be a 5.5 Kansas City favorite with a 50.5 over under.
All right. Okay, yeah, and of course it's in a dome, so no weather to worry about. Just make sure that they adjust the thermostat correctly, and everything should be good. Yeah. So you go ahead. I think it's your turn to take one.
I will do the Colts. Michael Pittman, I'm shooting on. Jonathan Taylor, I'm shooting on. And I'm not shooting on anyone else. I'm not shooting on the defense. I'm not shooting on Naeem Hines. I'm not shooting on Matt Ryan. And I'm not shooting on the other wide receivers. I think that they're going to feed these two guys. I think the Chiefs are going to win. But I do think that the Colts will do enough for those two players I listed to produce for fantasy.
Yeah, and yeah, it's basically this team or this matchup is really easy. This really isn't one that you should overthink. Don't overthink it. On the Kansas City side, of course, Patrick Mahomes, you're going to go ahead and shoot on him.
And Kelce.
Same thing with same thing with Kelce. Now, the wide receivers, you're not going to shoot on any of those guys, okay?
You don't know which one it's going to be.
Yeah. Bucker's still hurt, okay? So he's out for week 3, okay? So there's that, okay? Now let's talk about CEH, all right? Eclair, okay? Clyde Edwards-Helaire, okay? You already know about him. You already know about what he's done. Now, the Colts, even though they've gone through everything they have, they remain a top-tier run defense with the 3rd lowest rush EPA, 7th lowest success rate, and the lowest explosive run rate allowed. Now, however, Indy can be damaged though through the air, through the running backs. Okay, they ranked 27th in DVOA last year and are 24th this season. They have faced the 12th most targets to the position, allowing the 9th most receptions and 11th most receiving yards. So, with that in mind, I would say that you can go ahead and shoot on Hilaire because that's what he does. He is a passing running back. So I think that would be all systems go for him, or just look at being a running back too, not what you saw last game, because it took that long run, he ran like a 50-yard run, and if you watch the play, he really was more focused on not fumbling than getting extra yards, and he still got that extra yard. So I don't know if that's going to happen again. But the Colts, they can be gashed against by running a passing running back, and that's pass catching running back, and that's exactly what Eclair is. But yeah, that's basically it. And the defenses, I wouldn't touch any of the defenses, to be honest. I just would not. Yeah, I just wouldn't do that. What's your one? Your one must start?
Jonathan Taylor.
Wow. Okay. After poo-pooing on you last game. Okay, gotcha.
Trusting my guy, just like my other guy, Derrick Henry. In my auction league, I have Derrick Henry and J-Train, and they're both going to do great this week, and it's going to be awesome.
Okay. All right.
As per my rule, as per usual, we can physically not say anything except Kansas City and over on any game that Kansas City is a part of. Mm-hmm. And I know I will be wrong many times, but I can't ever bet against that. It just doesn't bode well. It doesn't make the game fun to watch.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on, we have... This is probably the most exciting game of the week. We have this is kind of unexpected. No one expected this. The AFC's East is looking like the most exciting division in football right now. The Buffalo Bills at 2-0 are playing the Miami Dolphins at 2-0. The age-old question: who will win? The Bill or the Dolphin? Two animals that always see each other in the wild. It's going to be a 53-point game with the Bills as 5-point favorites. Back to you, Brian.
88 degrees, 32% chance of rain, 10 mile an hour winds. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll pick first, but I'll go ahead and leave the Bills for you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, well, it's kind of bittersweet for you because you've been an Oilers fan for however long you've been alive. So for you to talk good about the Bills is kind of, it's that dichotomy.
Yeah, I mean, I never watched them play. I was born in 97, so I don't really feel like that's
okay,
for
yeah,
people older
they were
than
gone.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, they were gone. They were gone by the. It's all folklore. I got you.
It's all folklore to me, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And I mean, the Bills lost 5 straight Super Bowls, so I can talk just as much shit about them.
Yeah. Okay. 4. It was 4. Yeah.
Felt like 5.
Yeah, no, yeah. I at the time, and the Bills are still in my heart, because I had a uncle that married into the family that was from Buffalo, so and whenever I was upset with the Oilers because they stunk, or at least they were just so inconsistent, and so I became a Bills fan. Also to piss off my family, I did that. I was in my rebellious years back then.
Nice.
And so I became a Bills fan, and I felt the pain of every 4 of those.
Nice.
I have of course Dallas Cowboy fans are everywhere, prevalent here in Houston. And do you know the joke, Connor? What does Bills BILLS stands for?
0-4.
Do you know what it stands for?
Something about losses or losing or whatever. I don't. If it's a Dallas Cowboys joke, it doesn't really register in my memory.
Okay, boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Yeah. Anyway, hey man, that was like the peak of their wit. So of course I'm gonna remember that joke. All right. So as far as on Shooter Ceasefire on Miami, okay, I already told at the top of Merry Early Christmas what's going on with that defense. All right, so at this point you don't ever sit Tyreek Hill and you don't ever sit Jalen Waddle. I did that for the first 2 weeks of the season. I have Jalen Waddle, and I won by the grace of God, but it took 3 crazy injuries for me to win. And then last week I lost because partly because I left all those points on my bench because I had faith in Kareem Hunt for some reason. I don't know, man. Yeah. So
all right. Well,
yeah.
I do know about the Bills. If you're about done with the Dolphins,
there's nobody else to. Well, I'm at Tua. Tua now is somebody where, like, let's say if you're nervous about Justin Herbert, that might be a good pivot. Then but I would not be nervous about Justin Herbert. But let's say if you have Tom Brady,
I would start Tua over Herbert.
Oh, what about Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So he's a good pivot.
Because of the game, because of the matchup.
Right.
But we got to move it right along because we have
the depleted defense.
Yeah. We have a lot of games to talk about. We have. Look, man, shoot on Davis, shoot on Diggs, shoot on Allen. Don't shoot on the defense. Always shoot on the kicker. I don't really feel comfortable shooting on the running backs because of what Josh Allen has to offer as the RB1 for the Bills. So that's kind of it. Looking at the other wide receivers' ways.
One more addition. Jason Sanders, kicker for Miami. I like him.
Okay.
Both defenses. Yeah, I would cease fire.
I might have to adopt a rule for the Bills now because I see myself always taking the Bills in the over in their games now, or most of their games. Yeah. Okay. We have the NFC North matchup game of the week. We have the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. It's a 6-point game with the Vikings as favorites and a 52.5 over/under. Back to you, Brian.
It's a dome. Yeah, no worries about the weather. I'll take go ahead. No, you actually get to pick.
This is gonna be. I can't believe I'm saying this on the show publicly, but I'm shooting on I'm shooting on DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, St. Brown. Shooting on Brown, the receiver, and I think I'm shooting on Goff in like streamers.
Yeah, I agree with everything except for Jamal Williams. He's a touchdown or bust RB3. He's averaged 12 and a half touches.
What about flex?
And 45 total. Well, dude, I mean, would you start Kareem Hunt? Would you shoot on Kareem Hunt?
In a 12 to 14 man league, yeah.
No, okay. Well, in a 10-man league. Yeah.
Not in a 10-man, but you're right.
That's what you're looking at. You're looking at poor man Kareem Hunt. That's Jamal Williams. Yeah, so that's the only one but everything else you said.
A boring injury. You want to talk about the Vikings?
That's right. Yeah, because of that. Yeah, I'm not worried about DeAndre Swift missing. Yeah, dude, Kirk Cousins is even though he kind of pooped in his pants in prime time, I would still go ahead and make sure, and I would shoot on him. I think he's a good streaming. He's a little volatile, but I would definitely do that. Then Dalvin Cook. Okay, if Dalvin Cook can't take advantage in this matchup, then this is when you get worried. All right, this is just, this is like the perfect get right matchup. They're the 9th in rushing success rate and 5th in rushing EPA, while also allowing the 12th highest explosive run rate. So that's perfect for Dalvin Cook. So if he can't get it together, then you got a problem. Yeah. All right, so so I think he's going to do well. Justin Jefferson's, of course, he's always in your lineup. Now, Thielen's always the one that's a real weird, but because of the matchup, I think this is probably you could start him in the flex and be okay with it. Yeah, the tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, I would stay away from him. And Irv Smith. Now, that's the guy that everybody's all excited about, and I understand that. I understand that. Last year, and this is one thing that's really weird, is that right now we have such low data that we have to look to last year. But I don't think that the Detroit Lions look like they did last year. I mean, because last year they were 2nd in receiving yards and 5th in receptions allowed to the tight ends. All right, and so I just don't know if you can do that. I would be okay. He's streamable, but I would be not expecting a lot. Not expecting what you saw against the Eagles. I just don't think that. I just think it's going to be back to being the Justin Jefferson show. That's what I got. Oh, Greg Joseph, I would go ahead and shoot on, and whoever the kicker is for Detroit, sure, because they're in a dome.
Okay. I'm taking.
But the defense is.
I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking the over.
Oh, look at that.
All
That's
right.
saucy.
That is saucy, as I am. Speaking of saucy games, the Baltimore Ravens are playing the New England Patriots. The Ravens are 2.5-point favorites, and it's a 44-point over/under. Back to you, Ryan. Yeah, I'm finding my flow.
Yeah, they're playing at New England, so it's forecast to be 73 degrees, 24% chance of rain, and 13-mile-an-hour wind. Which I don't think that's really going to affect anything, or if it does, I don't know what it's going to be. I'll take New England so that you can go ahead and talk about your dudes. Yeah, so I'm feeling very kind and generous to you today.
Thank you.
So I'll let you go and take care of that. So let's talk about it. You saw what the Baltimore looked like, so. The ones I would think of is off the top of my head, you would think they'd be Jacoby Myers, but he actually has been trouble practicing. So I don't know if I would feel safe shooting on him.
So it's like the Devonte Parker breakout game.
No, because he's only seen 6.2% of the target share. Okay. So, and getting 0.15 yards per route. Okay. So I don't think it'd be that. The guy that you're looking towards is Nelson Aguilar. Yeah, I mean his run rate has climbed from 54.5% to 76.3%. He's seen 17.2% of the target share with 20.3% of the team's air yard. All right, so he's going to be he's probably matched up against Marcus Peters, who allows an 85.7% catch rate and 158.3 passing rating. So you can see why I'm saying it would definitely be Nelson Aguilar if you want to go for a wide receiver. So, I flex, in a 12 to 14, fine, but you probably don't want to touch him in 10-man. That would be the only things I'd be looking at in the wide receivers. The running backs, would be Damian Harris because he's definitely the touch leader, but not Ramondre Stevenson until something happens to Harris. Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson is nothing but a handcuff. Mac Jones, come on, man, you're not touching that dude. And Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. Hunter Henry can be streaming. He can be a streaming. Baltimore has allowed the 11th most receptions and second most touchdowns to tight ends, so you could do that. But other than that, that's where he's at. Jonnu Smith, don't do it. And defense, no. And Nick Folk's a good kicker, so I guess you can start him, but don't expect that much. But he's a good kicker.
Okay. I agree with all that. Selah. This game is going to be... Oh, yeah, I'm taking Baltimore. I'm taking the over. Yeah. Okay. The Cincinnati Bengals are playing...
Hey! Who do you shoot or cease fire on with Baltimore?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, Rashad Bateman, and Mark Andrews. No one else. And Justin Tucker. Those four guys. Those are the four. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. The Cincinnati...
I stopped you for that.
Yeah. We gotta go.
Okay. I'll stop going deep analysis.
Thank you. The Cincinnati Bengals are playing the New York Jets. The Bengals are 6-point favorites with a 45 over/under. Back to you, Brian.
Back to you, Brian. All right. Yeah. Of course that is going to be played in New York. Okay. or New Jersey. To be more specific. Yeah, it should be. Check this out: 75 degrees, 53% chance of rain, and 11-mile-an-hour wind. So that will probably be a rain game. I'll go ahead and I'll take Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, I would go ahead and shoot on him. I would go ahead and shoot, of course, on Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and also go ahead and on Joe Mixon. But there's a darling out there, Hayden Hurst. I know he has great volume and everything like that. But what Hayden Hurst is he's the safety valve for Joe Burrow, and that line has looked terrible because they've been facing some really strong defenses. So I'm not sure if they're going to be using Hayden Hurst that much, even though he's going to be out there because Drew Sample, the other tight end, is gone for the season. So it's all basically his situation. So, but I think that all those guys it's going to be like the normal offense. Whatever you expected from the Bengals offense, I think you're going to get in this game. And so I would go ahead and I would cease fire on Hayden Hurst. But the defense, you can go ahead and shoot on them, because there's not that much. But they're not going to win you the game, but they're not going to lose you the match.
This is the angry sex matchup of the week for me.
Yeah, and McPherson, I don't know if I would go ahead and shoot on him because of the rain. That's a little tough to kick on.
I am.
Okay, then yeah. I'm on the fence, so sure. You convinced me. Sure.
Nice. Well, Breece Hall. That's it.
What? So no Garrett Wilson? No Elijah Moore? Nothing?
I think the Bengals defense is going to fuck up Joe Flacco.
Okay. Be honest with you, I think that this is the one thing I think that might be right about that. Is that my brother has forever told me he has terrible luck with fantasy football. Never believed it until I started playing with him, and he's right. So he just picked up Joe Flacco in one of his leagues because he has Carson Wentz and he's nervous about it. So I think that you're probably right because of that one fact.
There we go. I'm 2 for 2 on this one. Let's make it 3 for 3. Taking Cincinnati, and I'm taking the under.
Moving on.
Thank you. All right. This is the revenge game, but I think that the revenge isn't going to go the way you think it's going to go. The Philadelphia Eagles are playing the Washington Commanders. It's a 6.5-point game with Philly favorites and a 47.5 over/under. Back to you, Brian.
Okay. They're playing in Washington. Okay. And so this is that's forecasted to be a 50 or 78 degrees and 50% chance of rain and 14-mile-an-hour wind. So 50% chance of rain. Just to go and digest, just to translate that for everybody, that's basically the weather guy going, I don't know. Sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to lose my job. So that's what he's doing. Okay, you choose first.
I am shooting on Jalen Hurts. I'm shooting on Miles Sanders. I'm shooting on A.J. Brown. I'm shooting on Dallas Goedert. I'm shooting on the Eagles defense. And I'm shooting on the Eagles kicker. And I'm shooting on Devonte Smith.
What about the defense?
I already said that.
Oh, okay. And by the way, it's Eagles. That's how you pronounce Eagles. Eagles.
You're right. It's
yeah,
wicked.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Eagles. Come on, what's wrong with you? It's an I, not an E. On Washington's side, I would cease fire on Carson Wentz. Yeah. One thing that he's had done is that they played against Jacksonville, they played against Detroit. Okay, those aren't strong defenses, but the both of them got an interception each, and they both of them got 5 tackles for losses. Okay,
and Jacksonville got multiple interceptions. Carson Wentz had to come back against them. He threw 2 straight interceptions.
Yeah, so I would cease fire on Wentz. I'm serious. Antonio Gibson. Okay, of course. I mean, he's been doing well. Why would you not start? Why would you not shoot on? So he's a great at least flex play. J.D. McKissick, maybe low end flex, but I wouldn't be expecting a lot. He's good to have on the bench in case something happens. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuels, they all got a chance. Okay, it's a brutal matchup. Okay, it really is. So those wide receivers, the cornerbacks, and the secondary of the Eagles is for real. So I mean, you can go ahead and shoot on them if you want, but I would if I have something else better, I'd go for a better option. I just think they're going to shut them down. However, I do think that Logan Thomas is going to have a good game. You saw what Irv Smith Jr. did last game with the Eagles, and the reason why he did so well is because the cornerbacks shut down all the other auxiliary except other. I can't say it right now, so I'll just move on the word.
Auxiliary.
Yes, thank you. I was going to punt on the word, but you helped me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, so I think that Logan Thomas is going to be the guy because they're going to want to do short passes because that Philadelphia pass rush is really strong. So I think that Logan Thomas is going to have a really good game. So I think that's the one guy I'm really strong on. I don't think I asked you in the other games, and we're not going to go back, but I'm going to ask you here. Must start. Who's the must start for this?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay. All right. You're going low-hanging fruit. Gotcha. All right.
Going for the easiest possible answer. The New Orleans Saints are playing the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, the Saints don't get my announcer voice. Well, you know what? No, they should because my boy Alec watches the Saints. The New Orleans Saints are playing the Carolina Panthers. It's a 2.5-point game with the Saints as favorites, and it's a 41, just like Kamara, over-under.
All right. It's 84 degrees, 15% chance to rain.
Oh, fuck. Well, no. I didn't get to say that. I'm taking Philly, and I'm taking the under. Okay.
15, 1, 5. 15% chance. Yeah, 12 on it. Yeah, okay. If that's what you were thinking, if you thought I said 50, no, it's 15.
No, I said I'm taking Philly in the under.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I forgot the last game. No, yeah.
Oh, okay. You came at me so hard. I thought I was like, what? Okay, my fault. My lugs.
It's all good. All right. Pick those lugs back up. You want to take who you want?
I'll take Nyalans.
Who that?
Yeah. I'm a little nervous about Winston because call me old fashioned. I just don't want a quarterback that has 4 fractures back. So I would cease fire on him. Alvin Kamara, if he has been practicing, so if he plays, that would be somebody that I would shoot on, mainly because they're gonna try to use him because they need him. Mark Ingram, don't know anything about it. Michael Thomas, I would shoot on Michael Thomas. I really like him. He looks like he's starting to recover. He's starting to get back into football form. He's looking better and better. Chris Olave, I would shoot on him. Dude got 13 targets last week, so you can't ignore that. Definitely it would be a great flex. The tight ends, of course, you don't want to mess around with Voldemort. Okay, you don't want to mess around with him. Okay, so that's Taysom Hill. So, Juwan Johnson, sure. But I would cease fire on Juwan Johnson. The defense, I would definitely go ahead and shoot on the defense. And, of course, my boy, Will Lutz, I would shoot on him.
Nice. I'll take the Panthers, I guess. McCaffrey, that's it.
Really? No DJ Moore? No. Robbie Anderson, nothing like that.
Nah, I don't know which guy it's gonna be.
No. Oh yeah.
No, and I'm not trusting. The Saints defense is kind of good. I'm not really trusting the Panthers against that.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
And even McCaffrey's kind of a because they're not really. Why aren't they?
Yeah.
Why are they not passing the helmet? Does Baker Mayfield ever watch the Carolina Panther game and see what Christian McCaffrey does with a dump off? I mean, come on, man. You know.
Do you think it? Yeah, I feel like he's just stupid. But yeah, you're right.
Okay. All right. Well, that would solve the mystery.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. I
mean, he played for Oklahoma. I thought everyone understood that. So we're gonna take.
Hang on. He has all of his teeth. So be fair.
That's because we said Oklahoma, and okay, never mind. I can't even think of a joke. So it's gonna be the Saints, and we're taking the under. Next off, we have, speaking of people that don't have all their teeth, the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are 3-point favorites, and the over/under is going to be 43. Back to you, Brian.
Yeah. This is a crazy game here. Now we're starting to get into the afternoon games. This is the 3:00 game, and so it's at LA, so it's a dome, so no worry about the weather. Trevor Lawrence, or actually, you choose. Take the Chargers. Take the Chargers. I'm telling you to take the.
Mike Williams, Herbert, Keenan Allen if he's healthy, Eckler, and the kicker, and the defense, and that's it.
Agreed. Yeah, on Jacksonville's side, Lawrence. You know, I mean, if no, I would cease fire on Lawrence.
Correct.
James Robinson.
Yes.
But don't expect that much. It's a strong defense.
You could get 12.5.
Low end RB2, high end RB3. Okay. Travis Etienne, no, I would not. I would cease fire on him. Christian Kirk. Yeah, but again, be wide receiver 2.
No, flex. Flex or wide receiver 2. Just not wide receiver 1.
Right. I mean, I could go into it. I mean, but we're trying to move along.
No, you're right.
Yeah. And then also Evan Ingram. Yeah, dude. He's currently a top 12 fantasy tight end. So,
right.
You know, but they got to throw to somebody. You know, so right. he might be a good streamer. Did you say Gerald Everett, by the way?
No, I didn't say that on purpose.
Okay. Yeah. Cease fire on that guy. That's basically it. Definitely not the defense.
Yeah, we're gonna take the Chargers, and we're gonna take the under because of that Chargers defense. They are going to act mightily. Speaking of people who act mightily, the Los Angeles Rams are playing the Arizona Cardinals. It's a 48.5-point game with the Rams as 3.5-point favorites. Back to you, Brian.
It's a dome. Okay, so no worries about the weather. Just worry about the thermostat there, people in Arizona. You know, and we're starting the 3:25 game. So now we're starting to get into the middle area of the Sunday games. As far as I think it's your turn. Yeah, I think I let you go first, but I chose for you, so technically you didn't choose. So go.
We're going to take the Cardinals. I am going to shoot on Kyler Murray. I am going to shoot on Hollywood. I am going to shoot on Connor if he's listed as healthy. And I'm not gonna shoot on Matt Prater. And I'm not shooting on the Cardinals defense, of course, because I'm wearing a hat, not a helmet. I think that's all the players.
Okay, yeah. Now Prater, I mean, I really do like kickers in a dome. I like that.
You know what, Prater, come get your little shot. Your little shot of your shot. It's a little thimble. The last drop, but it's yours.
How about the guy that had 11 targets, 8 receptions, 75 receiving yards, and finished as a tight end 3 last?
Yeah, get in here. What's his name?
Zach Ertz.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my sneaky way of finding out if he's healthy or not, because I don't keep tabs. Ertz, I didn't know you were healthy. Come get you some.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's the 9th highest target share, so absolutely. Okay, so for the Rams, who would I shoot on? Matthew Stafford. I would do that. I think he's going to have a big week. As far as the running backs, that backfield's a mess. If you can, I would just go ahead and cease fire on them because it was
fire on all of them, and of course, you're shooting on Cup, which you just kind of ignored on purpose. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, I would shoot on him. Then also Tyler Higbee. It looks like Tyler Higbee, man, is actually going to be a really good tight end this year. I mean, at least like right now. So
until Vance comes back.
Yeah, I would definitely shoot on him. The defense, I would shoot on the defense, even though they're going against Kyler Murray, and of course the kicker Matt Gay. Shoot on him.
All right, we're gonna take the Rams, and we're gonna take the under.
All right.
It's the Battle of the Boyds matchup. The Atlanta Falcons are playing the Seattle Seahawks. It's a 1-point Seattle favorite, and the over/under is 42. Back to you, Brian.
They're playing in Seattle, so you know how Seattle weather is, right? I mean, come on, dude. It's the suicide capital of America for a reason, right?
Fuck.
Right? Because the weather's so bad. Wrong. It's going to be 74 degrees, 8% chance of rain, 9 miles an hour. So beautiful, beautiful weather to play this beautiful. So I will go ahead and I will take Atlanta. Okay, so Marcus Mariota. He's definitely somebody in the streaming category. All right, Seattle has permitted they have permitted the 8th highest pass success rate per dropback and the 8th highest EPA per drop. So, and the secondary also ranked 6th in yards per attempts allowed. So, with that in mind, this is the game. This is why you drafted him. I would go ahead and shoot on DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett had a fantastic game last week with his catching 9 of his 11 targets for 107 yards, so I would definitely go ahead and shoot on him. Or no, excuse me. I went from Mariota to Seattle. I'm so sorry. I crossed. There we go. I gave you some analysis there.
Let's just run with it. I'm say lying this shit. Seattle and the over.
No. Okay, no. Cordell Patterson, I would shoot on. Tyler Algier, I would go ahead and hold off on him real quick. Drake London, that's the one that I was wanting to say when I said DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. I was looking at the wrong spot. Sorry, everybody. But Drake London, I would definitely go ahead. I mean, he's been the guy from day one. He's got 33.3% target share. So yeah, it's 5th highest. Kyle Pitts, I would never sit Kyle Pitts. Okay, especially against a defense like this. I know you might give up on him and things like that, but I would definitely go for Kyle Pitts. The defense, I would not. I would cease fire the defense, even though they have been putting up some good numbers in certain leagues. And then, however, I would shoot on Young Wei Koo. I just think he's a good kicker, even though you hate him, Connor. So there we go. I think I covered everybody.
You did.
Plus some in Seattle.
Now we'll go up tempo. Green Bay, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay are 1-point favorites, and it's a 42-point over/under. Back to you, Brian. Who are you shooting on for Tampa Bay?
Yeah, okay. On the Seattle side, just cease fire on the running backs. That's a mess down there, and also the tight ends, and just the wide receiver is basically all you would shoot on there. The 49ers and Denver Broncos, right? Is that what we're doing now? No, we're doing the Packers and the Bucks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a 9. It's supposed to be 90 degrees, a little warm, 24% chance of rain, and 7 miles an hour. It's in Tampa, so it's going to be humid. So that's going to really affect the players. So, Connor, I don't know which way you're going, but you should probably start looking towards the under on that one. I would go ahead. You said, I
am taking the under. I'm taking the Bucks and I'm taking the under.
Okay, so you want to talk about? You're telling me to do the Packers, right? Is that what you said? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'll take the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, I would go ahead and I would shoot on him because it's a matchup between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. They're both going to bring their A game. Aaron Jones, and he is the explosive playmaker. So I would go ahead and shoot on him. I would cease fire on A.J. Dillon because that Tampa Bay run defense is fantastic, and A.J. Dillon is a true between the tackles guy. So I would not shoot on him. Any of the wide receivers, I would just wait on them on Green Bay. I don't know about that. Same thing with Robert Tonyan. He's just a bit player, 38.6% snap share. So I wouldn't shoot on him, and I would actually kind of drop him. I don't think he's actually somebody you'd want to keep unless you have a spot on your bench you want to stash him and see how it goes. The Green Bay defense. Let's talk about that. The weakness of Green Bay's defense is the strength of Tampa Bay's offense. All right, so
this is the Fournette game.
Yeah, this is the run defense is not good on the Packers, and the run offense on the Bucks is great. And Connor will talk about their wide receivers in a second. So I would definitely cease fire on Green Bay Packers, even though I got excited for a moment, picked them up, quickly dropped them whenever I sobered up, and of course the kicker, Crosby. Come on,
look, bro, this is easy. Whatever wide receiver out of the myriads of wide receivers that are listed as questionable for the Bucks, whichever one comes up as healthy, just play that guy.
Okay. Well, who would you shoot and cease fire on the Bucks?
I'm shooting on Fournette, and I'm shooting on the Tampa Bay defense and the kicker.
Suck up. Ryan Suckup, yeah, that might be not bad.
Suckup's going to suck up some points, and we're taking the Bucks, and we're taking the under. Next,
the wide receivers are crazy for the Bucks. Like, even I know Cole Beasley's there, but don't.
Fuck it all, man. You don't know what's going to be. The 49ers are playing the Denver Broncos. It's the Niners are 1.5 point favorites? ? And it's a 44.5 over under. Back to you, Brian.
All right, yeah. So this is going to be in God's country, okay, in Colorado, and it's forecasted to be 51 degrees, 3% chance of rain, 7 mile an hour. Dude, how happy would you be if it was down here? We just had like 95-degree weather today. If we had a 51 degrees, 3% chance, and 7 mile an hour day here in Houston. Yeah, I would be so. I would be so happy.
You would be happy. I would probably prefer California weather because my mom's from California. And I'm a mom.
No, man, no. I'm definitely a cold weather man. I'm built for Colorado, so yeah. I mean, that's why it's where that's where I belong. Even though I'm stuck here in Houston, but that's why we're at. All right, what you choose for?
I'm gonna do the Niners. So you can have your team. You've been nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been nice all things. So I'm gonna give you that.
Thank you.
You want to go first too? Why don't you go first?
No. You go first, sir. Come on,
thank you, sir. Well, I tell you what, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk. I'm not starting the defense because I think Russ is going to be unlimited. Let's ride. And I also am not. I'll start real Robbie Gould. So, to clarify, Kittle, Debo, Ayukin, and Gold.
Why not the running backs?
I don't know which fucking one it's going to be that does good.
Exactly! I really think that Jeff Wilson Jr. is a smokescreen. I don't trust him. I don't trust it. I know everybody got excited, and that was the waiver wire darling a couple of weeks ago and all that stuff, but come on, man. They just elevated Marlon Mack. They have an incredible. They have a running back in Jordan Mason. You know how Kyle Shanahan loves those undrafted running back, rookie running back. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
What's up with the Broncos, bro?
Yeah, on Denver, I would definitely. I would shoot. I am happily shooting on Russell Wilson.
Nice.
I think this is where he's going to at least have a better game than he did last time. If you could stomach last game, then you're going to be very happy this game. Probably something similar to what you saw in week 1 as far as his fantasy points. As far as the running backs, Javonte Williams, yes. Melvin Gordon, no. Not against the San Francisco 49ers. Wide receivers, Cortland Sutton, yes. I would definitely shoot on him. I can't wait until Wilson and Sutton are linked together. I mean, it's starting to happen. I just can't wait till it happens. It's going to be beautiful. Jerry Jeudy. I know that he practiced today, and I talked about it. But if he plays, I still wouldn't shoot on him because it could just be one more hit, and then he's out for the game. And Albert Wiggumabom, I would not. He's kind of mid.
We're the only show that can consistently get his name right every time without even having to try. We're that good.
Thank you. I've been practicing at home. I'm glad you noticed. Yeah. The defense, I would cease fire on, but McManus, I would shoot on McManus. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We came up with a cool nickname, even though I dropped him. We don't have to talk about that. We're taking the Broncos and we're taking the over.
Okay.
And I dropped him for Koo. So
yeah, for me.
Yeah, no, I picked up Younghoe Koo. So
Younghoe Koo.
This is ugly. Okay, this game is ugly. Okay, this is fucking just, people living in the last century. Why this is on national television is beyond me, but the Dallas Cowboys, this doesn't get the announcer voice. This gets the upset voice. The Dallas Cowboys are playing the New York Giants. This is going to be a boring game. It's a 39-point over-under with the Giants as 1-point favorites.
Yeah, they're playing in New Jersey, so it's 54 degrees, 2% chance of rain, 10 mile an hour. But to answer your question, dude, I mean, there's a rivalry between the Cowboys and the Giants.
No one fucking else wants to watch it.
Okay, who is who controls, as far as the owners, who is the alpha owner in the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay, and he feels like he every year he wants to beat one team, and that's the Giants. So of course it's going to get the money.
Yeah,
dude.
You're right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's mystery solved. See, I think you went first, so I'll go ahead and go first. I'll go ahead and choose Dallas. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you about Dallas.
I'm shooting on.
Okay, not Cooper Rush. Nope, Tony Pollard. Absolutely, yes. I would shoot on Tony Pollard. His snap rate decreased last week to 39%, but he was his usual explosive self, and so that's what I think. And he really did do well in fantasy last week. Zeke, I would cease fire on Zeke. No way, dude. I'm not touching that. That seems like a donkey pick now. CeeDee Lamb, this would be a bounce back. So he's a volume hog. So I would go ahead and I would shoot on him. I would temper my expectations, but yeah, he's definitely playable. Michael Gallup should be back, but even if he is, don't even look at that way. And then also, we already talked about Dalton Schultz. I would cease fire on him, and whoever his replacement would be, I would cease fire on him. The Dallas defense. Let's talk about that. That's somebody that I think you can shoot on. Going against Mac Jones or Daniel Jones, absolutely. I think you shoot on his defense. It's still have Micah Parsons, so they're still really, really good.
The Giants are undefeated. I can't believe that's actually the case.
Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, it seems like a Twilight Zone, right? Yeah.
Do you think the Giants are going to win? I think they're going to win this game, so they're going to be 3-0, which is even crazier.
Wow, that's an upset.
I'm taking the Giants and I'm taking the over because of my theory. My theory about magnets. I think that they're purposely doing that.
Okay. All right, and so I think I hit everything on that's shootable on the Dallas Cowboys. So you go ahead and take the Giants.
Saquon Barkley and Sterling Shepard.
You are feeling a little frothy. Hopefully,
I'm feeling spicy.
Yeah, the only problem that I have with Sterling Shepard is that the guy has a problem staying healthy. I mean, like a couple of years ago, I had him, and he kept getting migraines and migraines and migraines, and I was like, you know what, man? It was always like Sunday morning when you found out this is a Monday night game. I don't know if I'd really want to stress. I'd want whatever. Yeah, okay, nobody else.
Say la.
What about Richie James? I'm Richie James, bitch. What about him? No.
His name was Rick James. We'd be having a discussion, but it's only.
It Richie. Is. It's Rich. Rich. Yeah, if he dropped the IE. Yeah, I'm Rich James, bitch. You know what? Come on, man. What are you doing? Yeah, he's only in play because Kadarius Toney has it. Oh.
Yes.
So yeah, I have nothing more to say.
Me neither.
Oh, okay. I think we did it, didn't we?
We did.
We made it.
We wrapped it up. It's not too long. Only an hour and 20 minutes. Let's land this bad boy.
Let's do it. All right. So I want to make sure and thank everybody for watching. And if you haven't already, make sure and subscribe, and click the bell so you'll get announcements. As Connor talked about it, and I'm sure all the people that subscribe because of the shorts are so excited because they get to see handsome Connor. Well, he does do his shorts he's the one that does the shorts. So make sure and click the bell so you can get more Connor because you ladies and guys for some reason really like that Connor. Got to get yourself some Connor. So make sure to do that by hitting
this stupid shit and makes people mad.
Okay, well, whatever, dude. Yeah. Click the bell. I'm too nice. You might be right. Yeah, click the bell, and then and also make sure and support our the sponsors of our show, the Sports Host app and High Volume Music Radio. Make sure to check out Connor's book, You Know Too Much, on Amazon, and of course, check out Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian every Thursday, 4 to 6 on the highvolumemusicradio.com or on the free High Volume Music Radio app. All right, so time for our parting shots. Connor?
Trust what Brian said earlier, man. You cannot congratulate or discongratulate players yet.
You asshole!
I'm messing with you. Be water.
No, I told him that off air. I was like, this is my parting shot, and he took it.
Oh, you did?
Yes, that was off air, jerk.
Oh, shit, I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. I forgot. I thought you said it at the beginning of the show.
No! No!
It was such good advice. Well, that's Brian. You know what? No, I'll make something good out of it. Listen to Brian, because when in doubt, I listen to Brian. That's my parting shot.
Oh my God! Listen to you trying to save that. Try to save that. Yeah,
I tried.
That was my part. Okay, just to go ahead and elaborate. I mean, the cat's out of the bag. It's just this week 2. You can't get too excited or too sad about what players that you have. So if you have Kyle Pitts, hold on. If you have Derrick Henry, hold on. If you have Dalvin Cook, hold on. All right, don't give up. Don't get too excited. And also, if you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, watch it. Don't get too excited because there's a rookie, real exciting rookie wide receiver that's getting healthy. That's about to pop out. It's going to muddy up those waters. Same thing with Antonio Gibson. Don't get too excited. There's a rookie running back who's healing from gunshot wounds like he's a Wolverine. Okay, so he's coming. So don't get too excited. These are guys that you might want to think about selling high on. I know it hurts, especially with Amon-Ra St. Brown. But that wide receiver thing's about to get really muddy. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, it is. All right. So, but anyway, point is like, just don't get too excited. Don't get too sad. It's a long season. We got a long way to go. Only 2 weeks in. So just stay focused. All right. Stay convicted. Watch. Okay. But also be able to kind of, like Connor says, to be bamboo. I'm not going to say water because that's way too overplayed. Okay. Be bamboo. Bend. Bamboo. Okay. Yeah. If stuff is happening and not happening the way you think, make sure and bend with it, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So on behalf of Connor, the Gut Marshal, and me, your humble host, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, which might be the weatherman. We might be changing that. Want to thank you for watching. We hope that this year is an even better year than last. And Connor, help me out. Help me out with the last statement. All right, our famous last line. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football, as in life,
don't dream it. Be it.
Yeah. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. Good luck on your games.
Good luck, guys.